What's going on, Ambitious Vet? Welcome to episode number 49 of the Ambitious Vet Show, where I'm going to be doing a first ever solo round. And I'm just excited to bring this to you guys. A lot of people have been asking me to do these, and I finally found a good excuse to do it. What is that? It's a weeding out process for guests that are coming, potentially trying to come on the show. We have a new onboarding process, primarily. It's nothing like you have to go walk a plank and jump over a mountain to get on the show. But it really is to weed out the people that are just in it for themselves versus, bringing the most value here and a win-win for everyone on here. So this past week, we had a guest confirmed and they just didn't make it through the boot camp process of getting on the show. So anytime that happens, Ambitious Vet, you're going to have a solo round with me, which I'm excited. And let's get more into the topic right after the intro. Welcome to the Ambitious Vet, where we believe if you desire more, you have to become more. My name is Chris Hoffman, Marine combat veteran turned passion-driven entrepreneur. On this show, I dive into the trenches with today's top military veteran thought leaders and influencers who know what it takes to not only pay the bills after the military, but really make an impact. They're going to share their breakdowns, their breakthroughs, and even their secret formulas for you to follow in your pursuit of living a life of passion and impact that will leave you empowered to take action on your next mission. What's going on, Ambitious Vet? So are you still seeking for a tribe of action takers, like people that actually do create results in life? I'm not talking about the people that are talking about it, right? We always hear about the people that are talking about what they're going to do and what they're not going to do and, all that junk, right? No, I'm talking about the people that are actually on the court of life, really playing the game, right? If you think about it, when you're at a sporting event, like a basketball game, right? It's different language in the stands versus on the court, right? The people on the court are talking about plays, what's missing, how they failed, how they can get better and all that. People in the stands are talking about what the next beer they're going to drink, right? If that's you, Ambitious Vet, and you're not already inside the Ambitious Vet Facebook group, which is at this point one of the world's largest personal and professional development veteran communities in the world, I want you in it. It's over 560 ambitious vets in the trenches in life, figuring out what tools, resources, and insights are going to allow them to narrow the gap from where they're at towards executing that next mission in life. Guys, the coolest thing about it is right now we're actually doing what it's called an Ambitious Vet March to 1,000, where we've started this tribe back in 2016 completely organically and just through relationship building, right? And we've never gotten past 560 members. We want to hit 1,000, and we can't do it without each other, right? Have you ever heard of this quote, a rising tide lifts all boats? Well, guys, if we can drive momentum, right, get to 1,000, just imagine the resources, the insights that come into all of our lives for us all to continue to thrive, not survive out of the uniform. So if you want more information on the Ambitious Vet March to 1,000, there's some huge giveaways. One is the Military Influencer Conference, which is being held in Washington, D.C. in September. Guys, and this, I've attended it since it started 2 years ago. If you're looking to rub shoulders with some of the top thought leaders and creatives and digital marketers, digital influencers and stuff like that, this is the event for you. I'm offering a free all-access pass for anybody that participates and wins the Ambitious Vet March to 1,000. Also, we have Rollers Game actually being provided for anybody that wins as well. And their mission is really to inspire people to just get unplugged and just really have fun and create memorable experiences with the yard game. It's won multiple awards, two great giveaways, and we're pretty much revealing a new giveaway every single Friday where I drop in live inside the tribe and drop the golden grenade. So guys, if you're not a part of the Ambitious Vet Tribe right now on Facebook, I'll put the link in the show notes below, or if you're at a stopping point right now, just go look for it right now and add yourself in it and put a line in the sand and say, hey, it's time to become who I need to be to attract my next mission in life. Guys, we'll see you there.
Hey, this is Steven, host of Knucklehead Podcast, and you're listening to the Ambitious Vet Podcast with Chris Hoffman.
All right, Ambitious Vets. So this is the first ever solo round with me, and I'm excited, guys, because I'm going to start doing more of these, and I'm happy I'm able to provide some content that I've been able to, just kind of gather through over $50,000 of investment into conferences, books, seminars, workshops, you name it. I've always paid to play in my life, and from over 100 now interviews with some of the top military influencers and performers in and out of the military, everyone comes down to the same principle of you've got to pay to play, right? So guys, this whole, next 5 minutes, we'll see if it goes further. I mean, I got a few notes here, so if you hear paper rattling, I mean, it's a few notes, but I'm really going to kind of free willy this thing as well, because I want to just kind of see what comes up as I'm talking to you guys. So I hope you guys enjoy it. So guys, this topic is going to be the power of paying to play to become more faster in life. Guys, we live pretty much in a microwave age where we have access to more information than ever before with just one click of the button, guys. You listening to this on a run, in the gym, walking, hiking, wherever you're at, you guys could probably agree with me that Google is our new common sense in this new connected age. I know that's where I go if I need answers for anything, right? Now, here's the thing with Google, right? So you have access to more information now in just 1 hour than your grandparents had in like a decade, right? So with that being said, you've got to figure out, how do you narrow your focus? How do you know what to look up and not get distracted, right? So guys, why is it important? Let's dive into why it's important to pay to play, right? Now, everyone that pays to play has money. Think about it. They paid to be there at the event. They have the resources. And if you guys believe in the 5 degrees of separation and the same feather flock together, right? They have more friends that have money, resources, opportunities, and stuff like that. Guys, it was back in 2013, was my first breaking point, right? For those of you guys who don't know my story or just listening to this podcast for the first time, back in 2013, I was living in an apartment I couldn't afford, sleeping on a wrestling mat, only owning a school desk to my name. And I just didn't know why I couldn't find what everyone else seemed to have. It seemed like everyone else figured out how to win in life besides me. And if you're feeling like that right now and you're listening to this, guys, I want you guys to figure out, how do you lower that pride, continue to, stop giving up trying to look for free resources. Because one thing I learned for a year of being out of the uniform is every time I went to free events, I was getting free advice, free results, and everyone in there was just as broke as I was, right? So guys, the takeaway from that is, I want you guys to think about this. Money, people that give money to do things and to become more, that means they got money, right? So think about it. Givers get back, right? Takers have lack. Let's say that again. Payers get back, takers lack. And I really want you guys to think about that, because it is true. If you find anybody that stops giving and moving the ecosystem forward, you're going to find that, people's life will stop having momentum, right? It's just a natural flow of life, guys. We just have to consistently push the dollar forward, because at the end of the day, a dollar is just a dead president's face on it and number on it. It's the energy and the value that you put around it. But I'm sure for you wisdom junkies and success junkies like me that's listening to this, you guys already know that. So guys, how do we start utilizing this idea? And how, for those of you guys that are super skeptical and you're just like, no, I'm going to utilize the free resource, go right ahead. No problem. I went down that road. It's not a happy ending. And from what most influencers I talk to that are out of the uniform, they say they say the same thing. It wasn't until they started paying to play that they started narrowing the time gaps towards creating bigger tangible results. So how do we start, for the skeptics that are going to be listening to this, how do we start formulating in our head, what do we pay and invest into to become more? Well, guys, in my best-selling ebook, 10 Steps to Predicted Success Out of the Uniform, that's available on Amazon, or if you email me in the show notes, I'll just, send it to you for free. It's a $10 value. I just want to make sure you guys are getting that value that you need, so I can send that over to you. I mentioned pretty much a formula, right? And it's pretty much assess, strategize, target, and engage. Guys, first one with the assess, guys, sit back, kind of do a checklist of why do you need to become more, right? Back in 2013, I was the brokest I've ever been, and I was a Marine Corps combat veteran that was used to being admired for the medals that I had on my chest and the rank I had on my collar. Now, I got out as a corporal. I wasn't a higher rank because I did 4 and out, but my family always admired me, right? Now, when I got out, it was kind of like I wanted to keep that reputation going, and I didn't want to admit that I was as broke, passion broke, purpose broke, and all of that in that moment, right? So I had to figure out, why do I need to become more? And at that point, I wanted to, I wanted margin. I wanted margin as far as, money, passion, purpose. I wanted time margin and all that. So I was just like, I was seeing these people that I was going to networking events and career fairs and stuff like that. And I saw these people that, had time freedom and, just extra money at the end of their month. And I was like, yeah, that's really what I want, right? That's really what I want. And I was like, okay, so if I want margin of time to take care of my family and always be there for my friends and, colleagues, strategic partnerships, business relationships, stuff like that, what's the how? See, there's a quote inside my ebook too that says, if you know the why, you can always figure out the how, right? It starts with the why. And that's from Frederick Ninsky, okay? Now, the strategy, which is step 2, is just the how are you going to fulfill on that, right? How are you going to fulfill on becoming more? So, here's some thought-provoking questions I want you guys to sit with. And if you guys are sitting with a pen and paper, write these down and make 5 minutes of time to just jot some thoughts down, brain dump it. First one is, what do you want to be known for? What skills do you need to develop, right? Once you start establishing these skill sets, right, you can start leveraging Google. You can start leveraging technology versus having technology leverage you, right? And then you start, as I said, you can start, just having skill gaps be exposed. And that's where you start, third step, just targeting what are the best conferences? What are the workshops? What are the coaches? What are the masterminds that have the skill sets that I don't have? Or, maybe you do have them. Back in 2013, I didn't have that many quality skills, right? So I had to figure out, how do I become more influential? How do I start speaking in a way that has people, start self-assessing, start getting aha moments for themselves to shift their results in life and give them breakthrough, happiness and all that good stuff, right? So target. So figure out, what are the workshops, what are the conferences, what are the books, what are the masterminds? Because guys, some of you guys are listening to this right now are just like, Chris, I only have $10 extra a month in my, in my monthly budget. And that's fine, right? Start with just investing in books, pay to play to become more. And as you start, applying that wisdom from that book, as you get ROI from that, or return on investment, just use that money to invest into a mastermind, invest into a coach, right? To create the clarity for consistent and effective results in your life. Guys, the last one is simply engage. Once you have a clear idea of why you're doing it, how you're going to do it, and where you're going to do it at, engage. Begin to take the risk, and you'll find people who are out there playing, right? Playing to give, right? People that aren't afraid to spend money or invest into a future, right? Are the ones that you want to be playing with. So guys, I want you guys to ask yourself that are listening to this right now, are you looking to take, or are you looking to give to become more? Because it's always the givers that grow, expand, and ultimately they narrow that gap in executing their next mission. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this solo round. If you like it, please email me if you want more of these. It's an honor. It's an honor for me to use this platform to invest wisdom inside of your hearts, your minds, and in between those ears. I know how important it is to protect what's between those 2 ears, so I don't take it for granted. So I hope you found value in this. And guys, as always, subscribe, rate, and review the podcast. If you do, I'm going to go ahead and announce it, next week on the show. Feedback is what makes anything improve in life, guys. So if you want to give me some feedback on the podcast, just email me directly. We would love that. As always, we already know that you are warrior made, but to become passion driven, go utilize this one golden grenade you just heard, and your life is going to become meaningful. It's going to become impactful, and it's actually going to become inspirational for other people to want to follow and know you. Guys, let's go get